My name is Paul Scott. I'm with Plug-in America, and we're an activist organization that is working to get plug-in cars back on the showroom floor so people can buy them and run on domestic energy instead of foreign oil. And what we're doing is, the electric car we've found to be the most efficient form of transportation this side of a bicycle. It runs very cheaply on domestic electricity, and we would like that electricity generated from clean sources like wind and solar. For instance, in my situation, I have this electric car that I've driven for over 5 years now, about 60,000 miles, and all of it has been on sunlight. I generate all my electricity from a 3-kilowatt solar system on my house in Santa Monica. And from that electricity, I run my house and my car. And to give you an example of how cost effective that is, I paid $15,000 out of pocket for the solar system, but I paid for electricity last year $44.08. That was for my house and my car. So, instead of going to a gas station and shelling out $50 or $60 for a tank of gas, I use that money to pay off my solar system. And I calculated that because of the high price of gas, my solar system will pay for itself within the next 3 years, but it will last about 50 years. So I'll have free electricity for the rest of my life. Now, the important aspect of this, number one, environmental. If you're driving an electric car, you emit no pollution whatsoever, zero. And if you get your electricity from a renewable source, then you have no carbon footprint associated with the driving of your vehicle. In addition to that, there's the economic aspect of not giving your money to the oil companies, and by extension the Saudis, the Venezuelans, and so forth. So it's important to keep our money domestic. We spent over $400 billion last year for foreign oil. That money should stay in our country, providing jobs, building hospitals, building schools, putting up windmills and solar panels. The other aspect of driving an electric car is that you're no longer part of the need for oil, which is driving wars. We're fighting the war in Iraq because they have oil. If they had no oil, we would not be in there fighting this war. So every time that you buy gasoline, you're contributing to the need to fight a war, and not only that, but some of your money is going to buy the bombs and the bullets that are killing our soldiers. So we've got to stop that. And so that's why we're avidly trying to get the car makers to build these electric cars again, to give Americans the choice to drive on dirty, expensive foreign oil or clean, domestic, renewable electricity.
Can you give me a little tour of your car?
Absolutely.
Right now we need you, the school service students.
So this is a 2002 Toyota RAV4 EV. Toyota made about 1,500 of them to satisfy the zero-emission vehicle mandate back in 1990. This car was manufactured in 2002, and as you can see, the part that you see up here is the controller, and look how clean this is. All I do is dust it. This car has 60,000 miles on it, and it's never had any service work done at all other than the tires rotated and the windshield washer refilled. So the car runs, as I said, on solar electricity, and it runs 80 miles an hour top speed. The acceleration is faster than the gas version of this car, and it's totally silent. So when you're driving, you're not making any noise to disturb other people. And I want you to imagine, in the future, when all the cars are electric, how quiet everything will be. If you live near a freeway, you've got this white noise going on in the background. That's the sound of thousands of cars revving their engines at 3,000 RPM. Well, all that noise goes away, and all you have left is the sound of the tires on the pavement. So, and not only that, but all the pollution coming out of those tailpipes that's fouling our air, all of that goes away as well.
So is there no tailpipe on this car?
There's no tailpipe.
Let's take a look. What's in the back?
Sure. So as you can see, it's a regular 2002 Toyota RAV, and it's got regular documentation or instrumentation like a regular car. And what we've done is we've tapped into the computer in the car so we can get all this other information that the gauges don't show us. This is our state of charge, so I've got 70.1% of the state of charge left, and I know exactly how far I can go on that. I can go about 1.2 miles on every percent. So that way, when you get in the car, you know how far you can go on the charge left in the battery, and it's extremely accurate. And so you know you're not going to run out of charge. And if you know where you're going, you know whether there's a charging station there.
there's no tailpipe here.
Yeah, and it's just like a regular car. You've got the storage area. Yeah,
Love those reusable bags in there.
Oh yeah, yeah. We do everything that we can.
You're very eco.
Well, we try, and it's just one of those things. And when we got our solar system, and then we got the electric car, we realized we were doing something that all Americans were going to want to do. Unfortunately, the car makers were trying very hard to destroy these vehicles. They were forced to make them by the state of California, and so after they were able to lobby the lawmakers and overturn the law, then they took the cars back and destroyed them instead of selling them to people who wanted to buy them and run on clean electricity. And so this was a remarkable story that just happened a few years ago, and there's a very good film that was produced called Who Killed the Electric Car? And I highly recommend that you see that film. And then our organization is called Plug in America, and our website is pluginamerica.org. So we recommend that you go to our website and learn about the issues. We're actively pursuing this with the car makers, and we've got now, since the movie came out and exposed the car industry for doing this, there's been so much demand by the public for electric cars that there are over 20 car companies now in development on new electric cars. And these are cars that you'll be able to plug into any 110 outlet. So charging won't be a problem at all.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.